had our first college football rankings that came out, and looking at the top 6 right now, we got Georgia at 8-0 at number 1, Alabama in there, number 2, 8-0 as well. Notre Dame is in there at 3, Clemson is in at 4, Oklahoma 7-1, and Ohio State at 7-1 are also in the mix for contention. Pulled up an article on CBSSports.com, and they have Washington, our Huskies, our favorite team over here. They have them overrated at number 12. You guys have thoughts on the fact that CBS Sports thinks that the Huskies are overrated?
They started the year off at number 8, and a lot of people said, that was being overrated right there. They have beaten up on a lot of teams. Granted, they did lose to Arizona State, and they dropped down to 12. So I don't see why. They only have one loss. I don't see why they are overrated right now. They have, except with the exception of that one loss, they have killed almost every single team, and they haven't played anybody like a lot of people have said. But they got big games coming up, so they can just hold their judgment until we play better teams.
Seth, you got a couple thoughts on the thought that the Huskies are ranked way too high at number 12?
I think 12 is about the right spot for them. They're pretty much behind all of the one-loss teams in the rankings, all the Power 5 one-loss teams. So I think 12 is about right. I think they can get a little higher than that. As far as making college football playoffs, I'm not sold on that still.
One interesting stat I saw this week was the lowest, when these rankings first come out, the lowest team that has made it was Ohio State. In the original installment of the college football playoff, they were ranked 16th. So
and they've climbed all the way up into, 6th now?
Well, this was back in, I believe, 2015, the first year of the college football playoff, so like the group of 4 or whatever. So, we'll see. The Huskies still have some big games coming up, and, they do need some stuff to happen in front of them.
Tom Fornelli put together the article on CBS Sports, and his reason for saying that Washington is overrated at 12 is that they don't have an impressive win or an impressive loss. I mean, they just have. They have 7 wins. None of them are like, whoa, they beat so-and-so, and they have 1 loss, and that's not like, ooh, they lost to so-and-so.
Yeah,
I mean they just are a team right now.
Yeah, if a team starts, ranked 8 and they just keep winning, what are you going to do? Move them down a couple spots, and then they get that loss. They were all the way up to 5th, and then you drop them down to 12. That's a 7-slot difference.
It's more the realization, like I mentioned last week, that they're just not as good as they were last year. Just look at the guy, it's not an X's and O's thing. It's a Johns and Joes thing, and they don't have the Johns and Joes they had last year. That's what it is.
I think they're just, they're younger. They had to change a lot of personnel, and I think that's, it's going to...
So did everyone, though. Like, I hate that kind of... it's not a you thing, DJ. Everyone who talks like that. Like, they lost a lot of guys. Well, so did everyone.
Bama does it every year.
Bama loses a lot of guys every year. Exactly.
They turn out 10 NFL starters every draft.
Yeah,
they're still number 1.
Let's keep in mind, though, that this is Peterson's 4th year. Sorry, so he's still.
What does that mean?
He still is establishing. Sorry, hold on.
DJ battling through a cold right now.
He's still, is trying to establish the program, and he's still bringing in those recruits.
Yeah. Well, DJ is hacking up a lung, so it's probably time to get out of here. That's the first installment of the college football playoff, the official rankings, and again, the first week. They probably don't mean anything, but we still talked about them because why wouldn't we talk about them? It's great stuff.